When we first started the stables, we had worked at the riding stables at Irvine Park when we had our horse there, and we'd help the owners. So we had a little experience, but really not enough experience. And we named all our first horses human names. I took a group of children out, and Maggie was the ugliest horse you ever saw in your life. She had a sloped neck, she had a scrawny back, and a big, long, ugly-looking head. But she was a fantastic horse for the kids. But there was a girl in the group named Maggie. She wasn't on Maggie, but she was named Maggie. And the whole ride was spent tormenting the girl about how ugly Maggie was. And I came in and I told my mom and my sisters, I said, we're changing the names. There's no way I'm going to have children go through this. It wasn't a class. I didn't know these kids. It was a Sunday ride. So I couldn't scold them like I could one of my classes. And so I said, no, we're changing the names. So we did Montana, Wyoming, Diggy, and ended that problem. I had 3 females I bred to Rin Tin Tin, and I made quite a bit of money on my puppies. I contacted Lee Duncan and asked if I could breed my female to his male, which was Rin Tin Tin the 4th at the time. And Rin Tin Tin the 1st, of course, had passed away many years before. So Lee Duncan did a big interview, studied my dog, made sure genetically in her papers that she had a good background. And then I made the agreement that out of the litter he would take his pick. And I was very, very particular about my puppies. If I thought the dog was an aggressive dog, it did not go to a family with children. Like Lee Duncan, I wanted to know where my dogs were going. That would be in the early 50s. I think I sold them for $150. Now today they would be thousands of dollars. But that was a lot of money. And I earned the money from the sale of my Rin Tin Tin puppies to put my sisters and I through ground school and then learned to fly. And all because I was able to sell my puppies. I didn't like airplanes on the ranch. I'd look up there and they annoyed me because the noise was, and I like my horses. I was always going to ride a horse. And I used to say this, I don't even want to go up there. They were a bother. And so my brother came one time with his plane from Arizona, and he said, I'm going to take you up. Well, I didn't want to hurt his feelings, so we went up. And that did it. And that, from then on, I sold my Rin Tin Tin puppies and got the money to go to ground school. And then my dad agreed to buy a plane. He bought a Cessna 140, which was a 2-seater, and we learned to fly in that. And then we got a 4-place plane, which was a Cessna 172. My dad would go up with us, and it was a thrill. He always wanted to fly. I passed the test to be a flight instructor, and then my mother was injured in an automobile accident, and we had to give up flying. But it was a thrill. We had many, many exciting experiences. Very few women flew, though, in those days. It was quite an exciting thing to do because, as I said, there weren't many women there that were doing it even in the time we were flying.